Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I am still sick. I have been sick for about a week and a half now. This one has been pretty rough on me. I'm currently on antibiotics, which I really don't like taking, but I had to. Like, it's disgusting. You know, stuff coming out of me is disgusting. I wanted to create a video that was kind of a how to go from looking really sick and tired to looking healthy and rejuvenated, because when I'm sick, at least, my skin tends to get really dry and like it just gets, you know, it gets funky, and it has a lot to do with me blowing my nose, with the dehydration of my skin. I kind of want to show you guys how to just make your skin look healthy, because I feel like when your skin's dry like this and dehydrated and everything, adding a full face of makeup. First of all, I don't like putting on makeup when I'm sick because I need to blow my nose. I might sneeze, you know, it's just annoying. My nose might itch, I don't know. But I'm gonna start off with showing you guys how I would prep my skin. So first, I'm gonna take any cleanser that is not too rough on your skin, something that's not gonna dry you out, or that's like super intense, you know. Purity is my tried and true. I can't not have this cleanser no matter what. I will always go back to it. I will always purchase it. I've tried so many different cleansers, and this is the one that I just can't live without. I would also recommend going in with a very lightweight exfoliator. This is the Tarte Frixxxtion stick. I actually really love this guy. I love it for how, oh my god, what the hell? Why? Mine got stuck to the lid. That's not fun. I do love this guy. You can just roll it up. I just put this over damp skin. I kind of like put it all over my face, and then I just scrub lightly. It has very, very tiny exfoliating beads. For me, when I'm sick, because I blow my nose so much, I will always peel right around here, and it gets very tender. Above my lips it gets very tender, and I don't want to go in with anything too abrasive, so I don't irritate my skin any more than what it already is. I can feel like the roughness and the texture on my skin. I am gonna go in with these two. I'm gonna go to my sink, and I will be right back so we can further prep the skin. So I'm doing this basically for people that like you're getting better but you still look kind of sick, you have somewhere to go. If you're super sick, stay home, get rest, drink water, fight it off. Obviously, if you can, and if you can go to your doctor and get a doctor's note to be out of work, and you have the sick days, I would definitely take at least a day or two, because if it wasn't for rest, I think I would have been sick a lot longer. I have a really, really bad sinus infection. Now, if you're almost over it, or if you're feeling better, you're feeling more energy, you want to get out of the house, you've given yourself your rest, then this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna go out with my friend Katie. We're gonna go, she wants to go to Sephora and buy some makeup, so hello, you know I'm gonna be there. I'm like, yes girl, support, I will go with you. I just washed my face and I exfoliated my face. Before that, I went and took a really nice hot shower, and I washed my hair, trying to get all the germs off of me. But I don't know if it's Hispanic myth or what it is, but like when you're sick, you don't go outside with your hair wet. You're gonna get sick. Like, it's gonna be worse, especially if we're going from hot to cold weather. I don't know, maybe it's all like what I've been told as a child, but just in case, I cannot sit here when I'm feeling sick in the heat and heat style my hair, and then I just don't want to let it air dry curly because I'm not feeling well. What I'm gonna do is just blow dry it, just crazy blow dry it, make sure at least the roots are dry, and then I am going to just pick it up in a bun. This is just how I do. So I'm gonna dry my hair, and then we're gonna get into the skin portion of this video. First, I'm going to take my Too Faced Hangover RX. This is a primer, but okay, I have oily skin. If you have dry skin, I would go in with a serum, with an oil, anything that's really going to hydrate and moisturize your skin. Even though I am drier than normal, I'm still not dry to the point where I'm not gonna get oily throughout the day. Because of that, I'm gonna take a primer that I know is not gonna make me more oily. So I would normally use this as a moisturizer. This is a replenishing face primer, right? So it has coconut water, probiotic based ingredients, and skin revivers. It's nice and hydrating on my skin. It's refreshing. It kind of like replumps up your skin. I'm not going to go in with any other primer. I'm going to apply my foundation with a sponge. I feel like a sponge is going to give you more moisture, keep that hydration in your skin, and keep everything looking more skin-like. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see my face, you can see my brows. So really quickly, I'm just going to fill in my brows. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Use your favorite brow pencil. I'm gonna prime my eyelids with Urban Decay primer. I'm using a primer that has a tint to it because that way it's going to conceal any redness that I might have in my eyes. Right now it's a little bit more dark than red, but any darkness, for example, that I have around here and on my little veins, this is gonna conceal it. And then I'm going to go into my Colourpop eyeshadow palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. This is the Yes Please palette. We're gonna do some super simple stuff. So I'm going to take the Yes Please palette and I'm gonna go in with the shade Full Zip, which is this matte right here, and I'm going to use this as a brow bone highlight and also to set everything. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Champs. Just a really soft pastel peach. I'm gonna place this nice and sloppy in the crease just to give myself a little bit of color. Honestly, I'm not trying to look like all perfect and glam. I'm just trying to look alive. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is Note to Self. And I'm just going to place it right over that shade. I'm going to take it a little bit lower, but not too much. I really love this palette. I feel like it is a fantastic, affordable palette. It is $16. You get 12 shades, and it's just perfect. Like, especially for this time of the year. Just going to take just a little bit of NYX Glitter Glue, and I'm going to apply this right here on the lid. I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Butter Cake. And I normally wouldn't add like shimmer. I'm okay with just doing matte, but I find that sometimes shimmer adds like a youthful appearance. Like the gold is going to make me look more awake and more like fresh, I guess. Honestly, if your eyes are like irritated and itchy and they're watering, you don't have to use any of this, or you could probably just throw a little bit of Note to Self in the crease for a little bit of contrast and definition, but that's it. So I'm just really roughly blending. Again, you don't have to do all of this, but if you're gonna try, you wanna go somewhere and look alive, this is normally what I would do. This is also what I would do like on an everyday thing, but my face steps would be a little bit different. I'm just gonna curl my lashes. And then I'm going to apply my Loreal Lash Paradise Mascara, which is so bomb. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the skin. So I'm gonna take this foundation. I think this is a great foundation in situations like these. This is a CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. It's foundation with vitamins. It has SPF 20. This foundation basically makes your skin look healthier. It has a really nice finish. It's not the most long-lasting foundation, but it does do a really nice job at making your skin look healthy. I normally would wear this with a matte primer, by the way, so I'm probably gonna get really oily today, but I'd rather be oily than as dry as I feel. I have the shade Buff Beige. You can't tell that much on camera, but I have quite a lot of redness right here and around my nose and on my chin, and you can go in and color correct with a green concealer. Green cancels out redness. I don't mind having a little bit of redness peek through. It gives the illusion, actually, in my opinion, of looking like you're healthier, like if you have some color to your skin. So I don't mind it. Some people tend to get really pale, and I get like that in the beginning, but then after all the irritation of the tissue paper and all that stuff, I tend to get pretty dry and pretty red. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit, literally one pump of this foundation will do, because I don't want to have a lot of heavy anything on my skin right now. I'm just trying to make my skin actually look healthier than what it really feels like. And again, I'm using, I don't know if I mentioned which kind of sponge I'm using, but this is the Loreal beauty sponge. It's a really nice beauty sponge from the drugstore. You guys can still see my skin peeking through for sure. You can see a little bit of the redness. For the most part, everything looks even, and the finish is very, like, it's not dewy, but it's very healthy. It's very glowy and radiant for me. Now, if you have dry skin, I would use something like, oh, I don't have it here, the Maybelline, but the Dewy and Smooth. That one, I actually was gonna use that one, but because I'm not using a mattifying primer, it's not a good idea because it can actually be a little bit kind of wet looking on the skin, and that is just going to turn into a greasy mess for me. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline SuperStay Better Skin Concealer, and this is in the shade Light. What I like about this concealer, it doesn't have the best coverage. Like, it has good coverage, it's not like full coverage, but I feel like it doesn't look heavy under the eye at all. So again, I'm taking it with the sponge because that way it'll melt more into the skin. If my dark circles were worse, I would go in with something like this. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid. This is in Peach. Actually, I probably should add a little bit. I'm going to take the slightest amount right here. And this peach color is going to just brighten everything up. If you have darker complexion, an orange corrector would work. I really like the one from LA Girl. Urban Decay has one as well, but okay. Yeah, that did a much better job. And then just to not leave that peach cast, I'm going to take a little bit more concealer and just make sure everything is nice and blended. So that's it for the under eye. Before I go in with powder, I'm going to contour a little bit, but I do not cream contour. You guys know this, like, it is very rare. I don't want to put more powder on my face than I need because I don't want to look dry. By the way, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Almond. I also like the shade Toast, but because I'm going for something a little bit lighter, a little bit more natural, I'm gonna go in with this shade because this is gonna give me just enough definition. I'm gonna take the RCMA No Color Powder just to set, you know, my face. So under my eyes, I'm gonna take the RCMA powder with my sponge to keep everything looking moisturized. And I would normally keep going with the sponge just to really press everything in, but I want to keep the powder more light. I'm taking some more on my e.l.f. stipple brush, and I'm just gonna lightly set the rest of my face. I don't want a lot of powders. If you, for whatever reason, want to go in with more bronzer, you can. For the sake of the video, I am going to. You don't have to. I feel like I can just put a little bit of highlight and walk out the door. But just in case, I would go with a more glowy kind of bronzer, like, not glowy, but satin. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is an amazing bronzer. I wish they had deeper shades, but they literally have like 2 shades. It's not flat at all. I'm going to use a peachier blush. This is, well, it's called Satin Coral, but I'm using this shade because I feel like it'll tie in nicely with the eyes, and also because I want to add like nice color to the skin. I want to look healthy, you know? And finally, I'm going to take this little trio from Flower Beauty. This is the Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. I'm going to take this shade right here, which is the more champagne shade. And these are amazing. I feel like this step is just so perfect. I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara to just open the eyes even more. You can leave it like this if you want, but I feel like when I put lower lash mascara, it just makes me look more awake. Like, I don't know, what do you guys think? To make my eyes look even more awake, I'm gonna take a nude eyeliner. This is the Rimmel Scandal Eyes Waterproof Kohl Kajal in 005 Nude, and I'm just gonna place this in my waterline. And this is just gonna open up my eyes even more. I don't know if you can tell a difference, but it just kind of like brightens your eyes. Okay, now I'm gonna set my brows with the L'Oreal brow stylist. This is a translucent one because I don't want to add any more pigment. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit, whatever's left on the brush of that gold, and I'm going to put it right here in the inner corner just for a highlight. And then I'm going to take my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water to set my skin. I normally would never set my skin with this, but again, I want to keep it nice and dewy. And yes, I went overboard on purpose. While that dries, I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to wear for lips. I'm going to use the LA Girl Endless Semi-Permanent Auto Lip Liner. This is in the shade Natural. I'm just going to line my lips and fill it in. Let's try Creme Brulee. This is one of my favorite. This is the NYX Butter Gloss. When you're not feeling so well, I really think that a gloss, anything that's going to bring a light back into your face, is what you should go for. I don't want anything that's gonna mattify and show off the texture on my already super dry lips from being sick. I want something that's gonna keep me moisturized and hydrated, but also look good and feel good. So that is the skin. Let me zoom you guys even more. Super glowy, and I love it. This is my simplified way of getting ready when I'm feeling sick. Something that's gonna focus on the skin, something that's gonna make me look more radiant, make me look alive and fresh. That's what I want, something fresh and revitalizing. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Again, you can skip steps if you don't need concealer. Skip it. If you don't want to do foundation, skip it. It's a lot of steps, but when you're sick, you gotta work a little harder, I think, to make yourself look a little bit more alive. But yeah, you guys, that brings this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe before you leave and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.